I had to do some research because I love hip hop. Always love hip hop. So I do research along with just feeling how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Mix that with feeling how I feel about a project. Um, but we're gonna talk about Eminem, man. We're gonna talk about what album is my favorite, man. Like, what is my favorite Eminem album? And I had to do some research, and I figured to myself, man, it's so hard just because the period in which my favorite Eminem album came out, there was other albums he was dropping that were just as like, you know what I'm saying. This could be, it's either or, you know what I'm saying. And then on top of that, in that same time, um, an artist that he brought to the game dropped the album, which is none other than 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? So this period in which Eminem dropped my favorite Eminem album, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I mean, the extension of his great album was, you know, great movie, great movie soundtrack, and then 50 dropped. 50 dropped like a year later. So it was like it was a 3 year period where it was just like, as far as like them dropping albums, like boom, 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 like it was crazy. But, and it was hard. It was hard for me to figure out. You know, I have I got 8 Mile, you know what I'm saying, as my second favorite. It's not an album, right? I know it's not his album. It's his soundtrack to his movie, but he executive produced that album. I know he did. I know he did. Him and probably fucking Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know. Do you consider that Eminem album? Do you don't? You know what I mean? Do you not? You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, I feel like if he executive produced it, then he's the umbrella. That's kind of how I feel about that Kendrick Lamar. Well, the the Black Panther soundtrack that it was executive produced by, not, well, I don't know if it was executive produced by Kendrick, but I want to say it is. I want to say it is. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys know? I feel like it is soundtrack, but he's the executive producer, right? So he's overseeing all that. So that's, well, my favorite Eminem project, and that 8 Mile the movie, man, too. That was without a doubt my favorite hip hop movie, like, no question. But my favorite Eminem album, man, it is none other than the Eminem Show, man. Come on, like, stop playing with me, man. There was so many classics on there, and the fact that there were so many different styles, man. I feel like that's one of those albums for me personally that was just like everything that was kind of crazy and out of this world with his past stuff and directions that he was going with, just like also being just a lyrical surgeon, and his cadence and the style, and being able to have the talent to switch his style up. I feel like it all came together in this album, man. There's just there's so many classics, and Till I Collapsed, that was my, like, lyrically, just like him, just, what I'm saying, it just was crazy. Like, that's like my top 5 Eminem song right there. And then Superman, I Can't Be Your Superman. Come on, that song is crazy. That song is crazy. Yeah, this album right here was phenomenal. I'm trying to figure out what other songs was on there, by as far as title. Cleaning out my closet, yeah. Yeah, White America, that song was crazy. Um, My Dad's Going Crazy, that's a see what I'm saying? Um, yeah, there's Soldier. Yeah, this is my favorite Eminem album, period. You know what I'm saying? And for me, he dropped the greatest hip hop um movie. You know what I'm saying? At least in my opinion, in my generation, without a doubt, I feel like it's not even close. It was the greatest hip hop movie that dropped in my generation. Um, I think it still holds up. Um, Yeah, 8 Mile. 8 Mile. I mean, just the fact that 8 Mile came after that, it's like, dude, and that was 2002 when he dropped the Eminem show, if I'm correct. 2002. And then, well, shit, I have the information right here. Huh? Yeah, he dropped the Eminem show 2002. And let's see when he dropped, because I think they were just like, maybe in the same year, because if that's so, that's the same year, man. That's incredible, man. That's incredible. He dropped both of those in the same time, man. Like he was just so on such a high level, man. Um, Let me try to contextualize this because I'm trying to add more bigger picture to this. Like when Eminem dropped all that stuff, and this is before you know 50 Cent's debut in 2003, right? So like I said, from 2000 and then beyond 2000 and 2003, they were cooking. Like they didn't stop for a long ass time. They was cooking, and we ain't gonna get into all that. But you gotta understand, Eminem was so dope, and I always think of rappers kind of like athletes, right? There's a certain period of time where they're just like fucking unstoppable, and and Eminem could very well feel like that now. I'm just saying, for me, just as a fan, I was tuning in that time, and it was just great. It was like he couldn't fucking lose. He was like KG in 2001 with the skills. You know what I'm saying? Just incredible. But 2001, 2002, pick a year. But he had so much music out at that time. Eminem did, and people didn't give a fuck because he was so dope. It was like, yeah, we want the Eminem show. Yep, we want that long album. Yep, we want the 8 Mile album. Give us that. Oh, you're gonna give us 52, and you rap. We need that too. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, that was such a wow, man. That was just. I think I've never, even with, I mean, with, what I'm saying, not to switch it over to 50, but it seemed like with 50 drop, I probably never had seen that much excitement about an artist, like a rap artist, maybe with the exception of, I mean, just having a debut with the exception of maybe Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? 106 apart. I mean, a lot of people like to front on Bow Wow now, but I mean, there was a time, like you just said, 106, Mr. 106 apart. But yeah, man, and that was part of the culture too. It's crazy, man. This is wow, man. But yeah, hip hop talk tangent again. But for the record, my favorite Eminem album is the Eminem Show. Just get it correct. You know what? There's actually another album, like a lot of people always, when they talk about Eminem, like the old heads, they'll probably go to that, the Slim Shady, you know what I'm saying? You can say that's the greatest Eminem album. I have no problems. I mean, it's all preference. Um, but let me tell y'all about something I used to listen to all the time. Hold up. Y'all know about this, man. Hold up. Yeah, do not know about this. This is crazy, man. I'm sorry. Y'all seeing my smile right now, man. That I ain't really getting to talking, but it's called Ruckus Presents Sound Bombing. What y'all know about that, man? Ruckus Presents Sound Bombing, man. That was such a crazy, man, I just remember going on a lot of trips, you know what I'm saying, with my brother, because me and my mom were driving him to his college at the time. And I always used to listen to that, man. Oh my God. And then like the early Clipse album. I think that Clipse album was Lord Willing. Lord Willing? Let me see. Yeah, that was a classic too. Lord Willing. And that album cover was crazy. Clipse albums. I love doing this stuff, man. It's been a while. Yep, I was right. I was right. This album was just like Harold Willing. That album was butter. Butter. I mean, it was just a classic, man. I mean, I love lyricism. I learned that really early, man, just listening to hip hop, man. For me, it wasn't like, for some people, it's the beats, you know what I'm saying? And then those, some of those people end up becoming producers, which is fantastic. But so for some people, it's the beats. Some people, it's the you know the extra shit. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was when I mean extra shit, I mean like the catchy songs and stuff like that. The catchy songs, the you know what I'm saying, to get everyone dancing and having a good time. And I love that, you know what I'm saying? But I always loved the lyricism, you know what I'm saying? Because when the lyricism, it feels like perfection, right? Because when the lyricism is crisp and it's on, and it's riding the beat, man, it gets everyone dancing anyway. You know what I'm saying? So for me, man, I love lyricism because lyricism, if done correctly, like say like a Nas or a Rakim or a KRS-One, you know, just to name a few, uh, the lyric, you know, the way that their cadence, it's almost like an instrument itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's very very high level shit. You know, but yeah, man, that's yeah. Eminem's, you know, I was on a rant. I was on a rant, but it's a beautiful thing because that's what hip hop does. Sends you down a wormhole and just listen to other music. But you also, if you looked, I also said sound bombing too. You know what I'm saying? Eminem was on that cover. You know what I'm saying? Like he was on that cover, so it's still in the same vein. Other artists, but um Eminem show was clear cut in a way my favorite Eminem album. You know, it's not even close, man. That album is just